Hi, I'm Matt Harrison, President of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. Blessed Epiphany to all of you. You know what this time of the year means? It means Lutheran Schools Week is coming up. And I happen to have today with me Al Freeman, who's our new director for LCMS School Ministry. So welcome, Al.
Thank you, President Harrison. It's great to be with you. And it's great to talk with you about Lutheran schools.
So what's the theme this year of Lutheran Schools Week?
Making disciples for life.
Fantastic. And that's exactly what Lutheran schools do, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's a great blessing to have over 1,800 Lutheran schools and encountering students, parents, families every day, making disciples for life as they spread the gospel message.
People don't realize, I think, that Lutheran schools are one of our strongest tools for evangelism and outreach, indeed for making disciples of parents and children. Magnificent.
Absolutely, yes. And the impact that they have on the greater community as our students go out in serving events or singing events and drama productions that people come to, athletic events. Our schools do so much academically, but also in co-curricular activities as well, where that gospel message is seen and heard by so many.
Now, we face all kind of demographic challenges and the lowest birth rates in the history of America, lowest marriage rates. Those really affect schools tremendously. But nevertheless, our schools in many places are booming. So tell me about that.
Absolutely. Our Lutheran schools are thriving. They're thriving because many of our Lutheran schools were open during the pandemic. So they were caring for families and holding school in person. We have many of our families coming to our Lutheran schools because they're concerned about the social issues going on in public school system. And then, of course, we have members of our congregation sending their children to our Lutheran schools for the faith component every day as they want their child immersed in that faith and hearing the precious gospel message.
I'll just never stop thanking God for my two boys going to St. Paul's de Pere Lutheran School and learning the scriptures so well and the catechism. What's going on with planting new schools?
It's amazing right now, the work that's being done. We have something called the Genesis Study that will help congregations plant a new school, or if they want to add grades onto their existing school. Right now we're seeing a lot of our elementary schools who want to go through the Genesis Study process to add a high school. We see congregations that perhaps closed a school for financial reasons in the early 2000s, who now are saying there's so much demand or request for a school that, again, they're contacting us for Genesis Study, seeing if there's the need and the desire to indeed open once again. And the answer to that is typically yes. There's a great desire for our Lutheran schools, for our congregations to add high school grades, to start an elementary school, either brand new or from one that closed during the financial crisis in the early 2000s. So there's a great need and a great desire.
That is fantastic. And we've got all these magnificent teachers, so dedicated, often work for modest income and yet supplement their income in the summertime and do everything around the church half the time. Tell me about our teachers.
Yeah, what a great blessing. I mean, we have almost 22,000 teachers. We have 21,300 and some teachers. Every time I go out to a school and do a visit and I speak with parents and I speak with students, they always say it's family, it's relationships. We love our school, we love our teachers. Of course they do, because they're sharing Jesus all the time. We give thanks and appreciation for the work that they do for him.
And we need teachers badly, actually, don't we?
Absolutely. Yeah, I always say, we need to thank our teachers and we need to think about how we can encourage others to go into that vocation, to become teachers, to become church workers, to serve our schools and to serve all of our ministries. And we need to encourage those who are currently serving at all times.
With so much going on in the world today and so much facing families and young children, I am so thankful and so proud of our 21,000 teachers, our 1,800 schools, all those pre-K institutions where children are loved, all those grade schools where people are loved and cared for in a strong biblical way, and also wonderful high schools. Tell me about the different options for schools right now. There's the kind of traditional model of Missouri Synod School, but you also have micro schools and pods and classical schools. Tell me about those options.
It's amazing all the different Lutheran school models that we have today. By far, the most numerous are traditional schools, but we also have micro schools, considered typically 50 students or fewer, and can be many different models within that micro school system. We have classical Lutheran schools. In fact, we're seeing more and more classical Lutheran schools as school starts. Our Lutheran schools are innovators. They always have been. They look to see how they can serve students and families as best they can in a Christ-centered educational way.
Al, thanks so much for coming up here today and doing this video for us. We really appreciate you and all those thousands and thousands of teachers and students and people who serve so fantastically for so many with such impact. God bless you and keep you.
Thank you, President Harrison. And on behalf of our Lutheran schools, thank you for your work and your support. Blessings to you.
Always my pleasure.